Hello and welcome to another edition of Thriving Together. I am LaRonda Scott with eXp Realty, and this week's show, well, today's show is actually pre-recorded, and you get to see me a little differently than normal. I'm a little bit more casual than usual. You're getting me post-vacation hair, and all that. I'm a real estate agent, but most importantly, I'm a wife and I'm a mom. And the past week and a half or so, life has been lifing as we prepare for two new chapters this week. So I have brought my babies on my live today. So we've got Caleb and Kadin joining me. And we just want to chat a little bit because I know I am not the only one with college age children or children about to go to college. And I thought, why not let people know what life is like behind the contracts and the showings and all that, just really who I am as a real person. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Who wants to go first? Y'all over there smiling. It's like, I can't believe she's doing this to us.
All right. Well, I am Caleb. Currently going into my senior slash fifth year at Presbyterian College in South Carolina. I'm on the men's basketball team and transferred there from Georgia State, where I was at for about 3 years. Was originally a business real estate major, but eventually switched to business administration at Presbyterian, and look forward to either playing professional ball or going into medical device sales and possibly real estate in the future.
All right. Thank you, Caleb. And Kaden, my baby girl. Go ahead and
I'm
introduce yourself.
I'm Kadin. I'm not quite in college yet. I'm a rising freshman at Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia. I plan on majoring in forensic chemistry, and I hope to become an FBI agent with that major. Well, not major, but degree.
All right, then. Now, the reason why I said that they were entering new chapters, because as you picked up, Caleb is entering his senior year. He'll be graduating in May. And Kaden is entering her freshman year of college. I would have never thought, oh my gosh, y'all empty nester loading. But she's entering freshman, and these are truly two new chapters. So, what are y'all thinking about that? I'm gonna ask you, Caleb, first. What you think about your baby sister going off to school?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's done came up real fast, but going seeing her progress from little Caden to big Caden and glowing up and doing her thing, and whether it was wrestling or graduating. What was it? Is it Magna or summa cum laude in high school? Magna cum laude in high school. And just seeing her progress has been great to watch. So it's crazy. It's crazy to see, and it's crazy that I almost ended up in Hampton as well. But wishing her the best, and it's going to go.
Mhm.
I hope it goes well.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
will say, with her being at Holly Springs High School, there were folks that are like, oh, Caleb's sister. But Kaden, you're going to Hampton. You're getting ready to chart your own course, be your own woman. What's that feel like?
Honestly, I it's a lot of mixed emotions. I'm ready. I'm excited, but I'm at the same time I'm scared. I'm nervous. I mean, new state, new people, new environment, new living situation. Like I gotta adapt to everything. It's kind of everything's coming in full force, and I'm kind of not ready, but at the same time I'm ready.
Oh, you're ready. I think you are more ready than you think you are. Has Caleb been giving you all the, well, we call it the 411. I guess that's a little old. So has he been schooling you on college? Don't give me that look. Yeah, we call it the 411 information. Y'all don't even know what 411 is.
It's
No,
gonna be.
I know
It's
nine
probably
one
gonna be
one.
more of a learn as you go type thing. I know she's gonna be calling me with questions, and whether it's I don't know student involvement, what to do on campus, whatever the case may be. But
Mhm.
I know I'll be talking to her as she goes through her freshman year. So
And then you, Mr. Senior, graduating. What you feeling like? Kaden, why you make that face?
Because he's old, getting old.
yeah,
About to be in the real world, real job.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It came fast. Talking to seniors my freshman year, and coaches and stuff in high school. Yeah, college, or even y'all, you and Dad. saying that college is the best 4 years of your life, and it's where you make all your friends that you're gonna have for years to come and stuff like that. And all of that was true. I mean, and it came and went in the blink of an eye. I still remember my first day sitting in my room whenever y'all left campus, and those days following. And after about a week or two, it was just a blur. So
I told Kaden this morning that honestly, for me, and I think your dad, y'all's dad will say the same thing. It's like once you started high school, it's like somebody pushed their foot on the gas, and we've been fast forward ever since then. Like the years have just been zooming by.
mm.
So, what have you enjoyed the most about college? What do you think Kaden has to look forward to? Now, I know things look kind of different for you in terms of college experience has been kind of different, but what do you say is something that stands out that she has to look for?
um, I think the biggest thing is what everybody will tell you, just the connections that you make. All the different people that you meet from different places. Potentially different countries, different states all over the U.S. And so, just talking to different people, meeting different people, because everybody's trying to do the same thing, building new relationships and things like that. And so, doing that, and obviously prioritizing schoolwork, because that's what keeps you in school. But yeah, it's just the social environment, the making connections, the building a network, and just enjoying, being young and um, being out the house and being on your own, being independent. So yeah.
Okay. Kaden, what you looking forward to over there? All those things? A little bit
Um,
more?
yeah, honestly, all those things, get out the house, being my own person, being independent. I'm kind of excited to see who I grow up to be, like the type of person I develop into during my 4 years of college. If I stick with the career plan that I have now, or I find something different that calls my name, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing. It can be kind of, and I'm sure y'all have felt the pressure to where, okay, I'm going to college. I need to do this thing and have it all figured out before you even get there. But that's one of the nice things about going. You get to experience different things, meet people, learn new things, and you just never know. You may have one path figured out, well, one path planned, but something totally different could happen. So be flexible.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So, Caleb, you, in terms of, okay, graduating soon, but you were one of those COVID graduates. So you
Mm.
actually get to you get to experience graduation. I know it was kind of hard for you seeing Caden, get to enjoy the senior things this year that you honestly didn't get to enjoy, but
Yeah.
you get to experience do that graduation thing. What was it like being, I guess you say the COVID graduate, and going through college with these, the environment we were in?
Well, I think being a co-ed graduate as an athlete, obviously it stunk, having senior year cut in half, but going into school and getting that extra year of eligibility in college, I mean, I feel like that made up for it for sure, because it felt like, freshman year was like a trial run, a free trial. And so I did college on a free trial, and then I get 4 years. So I
Yeah.
feel like, spending that extra year um, college instead of, finishing up my senior year, I feel like that, more than made up for it. I feel like for the COVID graduate NARPs, I feel like they got the worst end of it. I feel like they had their senior year stolen from them, and then went into college and had kind of their freshman year stolen from them, and then only get 3 years to enjoy it after that. I mean, I feel like that, it's definitely
Mhm.
a disadvantage in terms of the experiences and, college experience, whatever you want to call it. But, I feel like I came out pretty well, could have been worse. So,
Now, college life as an athlete is very different than just normal everyday. So, and I'm sure people are watching. There's parents that have students that aspire to play at the college level, maybe experiencing college as an athlete. What would you say to them? What has that experience been like?
experience in college as an athlete, I mean, it's a lot. It's tough. It's overwhelming. It's a lot of pressure. Depending on where that pressure comes from, I think majority of my pressure came from myself because there was never any pressure at home to, you got to do well and do this and do that, blah, blah, blah. I feel like all that, came from me wanting to do well for myself. So, about like I said, or like you said, it's tough being an athlete and having to balance a social life and school and your sport and getting better at your sport and, being a team player, winning games and getting classwork done, getting good grades, and then or finding time to spend time with your friends outside of the team and go to social events, parties, concerts, whatever it is. I mean, it's tough to juggle it all, but I feel like once you get into a routine and kind of just settle in and accept that you're not going to be able to put as much time into certain things as you would like, and, come to terms with that and just take whatever time is given to you. I mean, I feel like it goes pretty well after that. So.
But that's something. What would you say you would do it all college again as an athlete or not?
Um, I don't know. I feel like I don't really, like I said, the people, my friends in college that weren't athletes always said like, "Oh, I want to walk on. I want to do this. I want to be an athlete." I'm like, no, no, you don't. Especially if school isn't free. I don't know if that's what's something you want to do. But I feel like I'd have to experience it from both sides in order to know whether or not I really want to, you know, which path would be better. I think being an athlete in college, especially being a basketball player, at Georgia State and now at PC, I feel like it has its own perks that kind of balance out the cons of
Mhm.
everything else. So.
And Kaden, you're taking a totally different route in a couple of ways. Not only are you not going into college as an athlete, but Caleb has gone to, as they say, PWIs. You have chosen to go to an HBCU.
Mm.
Look, what you thinking? What led you to an HBCU?
To be completely honest, I just want to be surrounded by people who look like me, um, that are striving to, you know, have a future, who want to be successful. Because all throughout high school, I went to, Holly Springs High School. It was predominantly white. There was a lot of racist things that I, witnessed, heard, encountered. It just made me feel uncomfortable within the school a lot of times. And honestly, people were like, I wish I could go back to high school, but I was so ready to get up out of high school. You have no idea. So that's why I chose the HBCU. I don't want to relive high school, quite honestly. I want my HBCU experience to be completely different.
Okay. And FBI, where that come from?
I
You know where
have
that came from.
I have been obsessed with Criminal Minds for about like 6 years, 7 years now.
Obsessed.
I have watched every episode at least 4 times. I could tell you what's
And
gonna
how many
happen.
series are how many
Mm,
series?
a good 17
Seasons
seasons,
17.
Oh,
How many
seasons.
episodes in each season?
I said series.
maybe 18.
Seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
17. 17
Yeah,
times 18 and 50 minutes per episode. So yeah, y'all
I'm
can
mad.
do the
yeah,
math.
You
yeah.
calculating.
I could tell you the victim, how they caught them on every single episode, but yeah, I will still watch each and every episode one more time, maybe even twice, maybe even
Hmm.
3 times. I just got really obsessed with the whole FBI solving crimes, like profiling stuff like that, and I can really see myself doing that. I really don't see myself doing anything else. Nothing really sparks my interest. Nothing really, um, speaks to me the way like solving crime stuff like that does. I've gotten to a point where I turn on the episode and skip to like the middle of it, past the whole crime scene part, so I could solve it with the team, just like within the shows. I've dug so deep into it. There's no other career path for me.
And y'all, when I tell you that profiler, she that's on a daily. She is very observant and watching things. She goes into profiler mode all the time.
But
And my,
honestly, I think it has made me much more aware than anybody else my age. Like on the
and
way
you,
home, I see a car who's been following me for stop laughing for a good like 15-20 minutes, taking every turn. I'm like, that's weird. So I take a different path on the way home, just
Mhm.
like don't know where I live, just stuff like that I think of. Getting in my car at nighttime, checking my back seat just in case anything
Paranoid.
anything. No, it made me aware of my surroundings.
Aware. And I'm gonna tell you, as mama, it's like having your girl going off to college. I'm like, I don't really have to worry about too much.
Yeah.
She is going to be aware of her surroundings. She's not going to put herself in a crazy situation. And that's our wrestler. I think she might be able to handle herself a little bit too.
Hey man, get the man at the knees and be good. Sit them down, do a little double,
Oh my gosh.
a little slide by,
A little what?
a little slide by.
A little slide by.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I will never forget you coming home and saying they've got a girls wrestling team. I think I'm gonna wrestle. You going what? Did you enjoy it?
I did. Wrestling easily became my favorite sport, honestly. I guess it was more of me like relying on myself and my strength because I was always the type of person to enjoy like the physical parts of basketball because I played basketball for what, like 14 years maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like the jump balls, diving on the floor, just all like the physical stuff. So wrestling was just right up my alley. It was fun learning all the cool new moves that I would later on learn in FBI Academy if I get there. It was just a new experience that I wish I could have another year of.
Yeah, I know it was hard for you for that coming to an end. I remember you saying if I could have one more year.
Yeah.
Well, maybe watch out, Hampton. She might be bringing it as
Man, if man,
give you a
if they
window
get
of
a wrestling
opportunity.
team, right? Even a boys team, if they have a boys team, I would love to help out. Like not even just be on the team, but like coach or try and be like a student. What is it called?
Manager?
Yeah, student
Graduate
manager.
assistant? One of the
Yeah,
two.
anything like that. Just to be involved with the sport. I've completely fell in love with the sport in a matter of like 7 months. So.
Man, I know with Caleb, what is it? We had to worry about high ankle sprains or torn this and that, seeing you catch an elbow, going up and falling or something like that. Kaden, I'm sitting there watching her on the mat and being twisted like look, being twisted like a pretzel. I'm like, oh, please don't let that pop out of joint. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all.
I've witnessed some pretty bad injuries. This one guy got splayed on. I don't know if you know what that means, but it's like when you
Nope.
pick up a guy from like behind and throw him over.
What you call it?
It's a spladle. Well, no, it's not a spladle. It's something different. But anyways, it's when you pick up a guy and like throw him over your shoulder, kind of, and they kind of like land on their shoulders or their neck. I saw this one guy. It got done to him, and he had a seizure on the mat. I've seen dislocated shoulders, broken collarbones, dislocated fingers,
Caleb,
everything.
oh, she's describing this and she's smiling.
Right.
She's
It's like,
smiling.
ooh.
Well, one thing I have to do is really give you the two of you kudos because 2020 came and shook things up. And like Kaden, so the two of you walked away from pivotal times in your life on Friday, March 13th, and you came home and you had no idea that you were never walking back through the doors of school again.
Thought it was just a little
Um,
long weekend.
yeah, it was a long weekend. Oh, well, they'll be back next week or they'll be back the next week, but that was it. And Caleb, for you, it was senior year. So it was like you didn't get to really tie up loose ends before everybody started going all these different places. And Kaden, you were wrapping up your senior year, which, your eighth grade year, and you were supposed to be a freshman in high school, and you started that behind a computer screen, even though I made you do first day of pictures anyway. Yeah,
Mm, mm,
you really did.
Yes.
Oh
In
wow.
my pajamas behind the computer screen.
Oh
And the
It was
computer that
first day of
I behind
school.
it didn't even work.
wow.
It was first day of school, but that says a lot for the two of you because y'all have persevered and you have thrived despite of. I mean, Caden, some folks did not do well with what do you call it? Home being what is it?
Virtual.
Virtual
Online school.
school. Yeah, online school, virtual school. It was tough for them. And and their grades, their academics suffered, but you excelled in 2020. Now we'll say the next year was kind of rough because you realize, okay, that instruction wasn't as well as it should have been, but you did what you had to do, and you've been a 4.0 plus student ever since then. And Caleb, you started your college behind a computer, and playing basketball in a mask, and the conference being chopped in half, and playing schools what 2-3 times each just so you could get some games.
Yeah.
So I mean, what kept you guys motivated to even persevere? Have you even thought about that? What motivated
Honestly,
you?
honestly, for me, I've always had tough time like concentrating in classrooms. I was always getting in trouble for talking, teachers moving my seat, even though that didn't really help. I talked to everybody around me. I was just really extroverted in class. Didn't really pay attention to like the lecture and stuff like that. So online school made it like it was so straightforward. It was sitting there right in front of me. I couldn't really get distracted, even though I was in my room. But I didn't have any other distractions like people to talk to and stuff like that, jokes to make, conversations to have. So I just really like locked in when I needed to, got my work done, and that's how my GPA was 4.1 freshman year.
Mm. Well, when she says she found somebody to talk to in every part of the room, we thought she was going to be the quiet one because she didn't like people when she was young, y'all. She did not like people. Well, she had a friend. It didn't matter where they moved her. If you weren't her friend before she was moved, you became her friend after she was moved. Caleb was the opposite. He's always been social butterfly.
Yeah, I mean, somewhat, somewhat. I feel like that the freshman year for me going into college, being online, I feel like it, made it easier. Um, Balancing online school, basketball, and a social life was much easier than having to go to weights and then go to an 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., go to practice, leave practice, do treatment, and then try and do something. No, well, that wasn't gonna happen my first year. So I feel like being able to, do it online, get a feel for it, be able to sit in the learning lab with my academic advisor and my teammates and just all get our work done together and then leave and having the rest of the day to do whatever we wanted to do. I feel like that was good for us to start off with. Like I said, it was really just a college free trial. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Well, this live is pre-recorded because we are jumping on the road to Hampton, and moving this chick in at some point. So, what would you guys say your closing remarks would be to everybody? Let's change it for the parents. What would you say to the parents and to
Mm.
prepare them and to say how to support you as a college student?
That's a
Um,
question for you because I
about to
ain't there
say,
yet.
if I'm being completely honest, just do it like y'all did it. Whenever your kid goes off to school, I mean, they're not at the house no more. You know, they're gonna do whatever they want to do. They're gonna become who they want to become. You just have to trust that in their upbringing, and learning from you and what they've told you that you've told them the right things and given them the right tools to make the right decisions, take the right risk assessments, and build the right relationships with the right people. I mean, just give them the ability and the support and the confidence and the freedom to be able to do what they want to do and become who they want to become, and um, enjoy college the way they choose to. Whether that's going out every weekend and turning things in at the last minute and just
Totally.
passing as much as they can, or whether it's sitting in the library and going tutoring, or sitting in your room and acing all your classes, because if you really like it, you're able to do that. But find that balance and just enjoy it. I mean, I feel just like all them seniors and all them old people that was telling me college is gonna fly whenever I think college is gonna fly. So
It's gonna fly.
it's crazy how to turn tables.
Yeah.
The table's turn.
I would turn tables.
Oh yeah, table's turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely table's turn.
I'd flip tables.
Anyway, closing remarks.
Well, thank you for entertaining your mom and being on her live this evening. I appreciate the two of you and love you much.
Love you
I
too.
love you too.
Okay.
Bye
Bye.
bye.